Hello, boys and girls. Today's English lesson, I would like you to start with this game on BBC Bitesize. Then I want you to do one column of your spelling logs. And I also want you to check and see if you've got any corrections from yesterday's spelling work. And if you do, I want you to copy out the correct spelling 3 times. I then want you to go on to task 2. And what we're looking at doing is developing balanced arguments. And this means an argument that isn't one-sided. We present both sides of the story, and once we've done that, we come to our conclusion. We're going to be using our text of Kensuke's Kingdom to do this. So it says, Michael's father decides that the family will sail around the world together. Do you think that this would be a good idea for your family to do? So the first task is you have to complete this table, and you can type straight into OneNote. If you would like to create a Word document, that is absolutely fine. But it might just be easier just to type straight into OneNote. I want you to think of at least 6 reasons for each column. So 6 reasons why it would be a good idea to sail around the world with your family, and 6 reasons why it wouldn't be a good idea to sail around the world with your family. There are a lot more rows than 6. So 6 is the minimum. Challenge yourself and see if you can think of a few more. So my examples I've put, you can visit different countries easily. If you do not like a particular country, it is easy to leave. You don't have to wait for your flight. If you like a country, you can stay for a long period of time. A reason I have against sailing around the world with my family is you would be away from your friends and maybe your extended families like grannies or aunties for long periods of time. There would be limited Wi-Fi on a boat, so you wouldn't even be able to FaceTime with them. Once you've done this, you then need to create a balanced paragraph, and you can just type this paragraph straight into OneNote. Again, if you prefer to do it in Word and add it to your handout section, that's fine. You need to discuss at least 2 reasons for sailing around the world with your family and 2 reasons against. You should finish your paragraph with which you would choose to do. The best answers will use evidence to support any points you make. So for example, I might begin by saying, I think it would be a good idea to sail around the world with my family because you can visit different countries easily. I'm then going to support this point by saying something along the lines of, I've always wanted to visit Australia, however flights are, and I would research how much flights are, which means this is unattainable for the average person. What is more, you have to add on the expense of a hotel and car rental, and I could continue to support my point in that way. I might say something about a country I visited that I loved. For example, I love it whenever I go to Barbados, and I might say it's always a point of sadness when I have to return, when it's the day of my flight. However, if I sail to Barbados, I could stay as long as I want, and this would get away from these feelings. After I've explained 1 reason for, I'm then going to explain 1 reason against. And I can use some of this vocabulary down here. So I might say something along the lines of, on the other hand, which means looking at the other side of the argument. So on the other hand, I'm not sure that sailing around the world with my family would be a good idea because I would find it difficult to be away from my friends and extended family for long periods of time. And then once again, I have to support my point with some evidence. So I could say, at present, I see my mother 3 times a week. However, if I were sailing around the world, this wouldn't be possible. This would cause a great deal of sadness, and as a result, would make it difficult to leave my family behind. Then, once you've done another one for and another one against and backed up your thinking, and if you're feeling really confident, you can continue saying another one for, another one against, another one for, another one against. And then you need to summarize it by saying which you choose. So you would say, in conclusion, I think that, and personally, I think that sailing around the world would be a brilliant idea. So that would be what I would choose. But you can choose whatever you want to. So in conclusion, I feel that sailing around the world with my family would be an excellent idea. Full stop. So I look forward to reading your paragraphs and your reasons. Be creative, and I hope this has helped.